Stacy Graham.
Coming down like I am.
Everyone for attending tonight's cultural event. We would like to extend our thanks to the ACT Initiative, Building Cultural Networks, Sam McLean and the THIEPVAL Memorial Band for making tonight's event possible. We celebrate the events on July the 12th. Originally this was July the 1st until the calendar was altered in 1582. This mural at King William's Corner will highlight the fleet of King William's ships at Carrickfergus, him being greeted by Sir Henry Inglesby. It shows the Bourne Standard with William's crest and a verse from the sash, which is a song performed every year by the corps band of the Irish Guards at Windsor Castle. It has an image by William Connor of an orange parade, and it highlights the William Trail in Ireland. It is a remarkable mural which shows a heritage and a culture which we can all respect. To put things in context, Louis XIV of France had the states of Europe in panic until William III arose as their leader. Louis revoked the Edict of Nantes, which for 100 years had guaranteed freedom of religion for French Protestants. He also forced dragoons to be billeted in Protestant homes, and short of murder, they could do as they pleased on Protestant families, forcing thousands of these Huguenot families to flee, many of whom came to Ulster. The Catholic Church applauded this, saying that Louis had exterminated heretics, and thanks to Louis, heresy is no more. Louis was an outright dictator with an overpowered sense of his own greatness and glory. Not only did the death and persecution of thousands of Protestants mean nothing to him, but other human lives were also worthless. He increased his country's vassals for the slave trade from 6 to 40, each vassal holding 200 African slaves. Supported by King Louis was James II, who came to the English throne in 1672. Described at the time as fanatical, humorless and overtaxed, he was a coward. When William's fleet of ships arrived in 1688, James fled to France, allowing the Glorious Revolution. Like Louis, James also persecuted Protestants. He kept a standing army of 30,000 troops to intimidate Parliament, and he staffed this with Catholic officers and aristocracy. He illegally seized this prestigious Magdalene Cottage in Oxford and turned it into a Roman Catholic seminary. And in 1688, he sent the Archbishop of Canterbury and 6 others to the Tower of London. But they were found guilty of all charges by the courts, and a letter was sent to William inviting him to take the throne of England. In Ireland, James's enforcer was Richard Talbot, the Earl of Tyrconnell, who continued Louis and James's campaign of ethnic cleansing against Protestants. It's written that he spared neither age or sex. He put all to the sword without mercy. James finally fled the Battle of the Boyne early, and this courtly act earned him a nickname from his Irish mercenaries: Seamus a Cockcord, James the Shit. William was the exact opposite of Louis and James. A true warrior and statesman, he extolled the Protestant virtues of diligence, sincerity and integrity. In 1686, European leaders from Germany, Spain and Holland unanimously appointed William their natural leader. So on the 1st of November 1688, William Henry, Prince of Orange, Captain General of the Netherlands, set sail with a fleet of 250 ships. In 1689, William and Mary were proclaimed King and Queen. And shortly after that, from the 18th of April to July the 28th, the siege of Londonderry took place, costing the lives of 30,000 of our ancestors. As a result, two things become ingrained in our minds. One is a staunch no surrender determination, and two, no matter how we need British help, we are also on our own. On the 14th of June 1690, William III landed at Carrickfergus and marched to Belfast, which had never before hosted so many European royalty and military commanders from over 10 countries. Along the way at White House, only a few miles from where we stand, William met with General Schomberg and planned the Battle of the Boyne and the Irish campaign. This changed the whole of European history forever and ensured the civil and religious liberties that we still value today, 333 years later. In Ulster, this warrior King William addressed the assembled Protestant armies of Dutch, French, German, English, Irish, Scots, Swiss, Italian, Norwegian and Polish soldiers, telling him he is not here to let the grass go under his feet. Before the Battle of the Boyne, William in full regalia rode to James's lines for reconnaissance. He was shot and wounded in the shoulder, but immediately he dressed his wounds and re-rode through his army to rapturous applause and cheers. With his cavalry, he addressed the Enniskillen contingent and told them, "I have heard much of you, now let me see something of you." Standing 5'8" tall, with the heart of a lion, William is the last British king to lead his troops into battle from the front, winning the Boyne and leaving us a legacy today. It was written of William, one of the remarkable things of this man, so quiet and reserved, was that danger acted on him like wine. It opened his heart, it loosened his tongue, and it took away all constraint from his manner. This is the hero that we remember tonight at King William's Corner. No surrender. Thank you very much.
Yes, they are. They are indeed. 100% they are.
Nederlands zomer.